I think if we were all allowed to use the space between the sidewalk and the curb to grow our own food, we would have far less people being affected by the inflation and how it's affecting the cost of foods that we have to buy in the grocery store because we wouldn't have to buy as much food in the grocery store. Or if we could use, more of our backyards for people who do have yards, to actually like grow gardens. I feel like again that would take the pressure off of the system that we have going on and potentially allow more of us to flourish because we'd be able to eat food straight out of the ground, which and many people know this, but some might not. It has more nutrition in it because it's freshly picked. At the same time, I have this like, while I know that there's a growing movement towards slow living and a growing movement toward homesteading and doing things like that, which can encompass a whole lot of things. And I know that slow living and this type of lifestyle are not necessarily the same thing, but often I see them interwoven. And I know that at the same time, that's kind of a luxury. Like it's kind of a luxury to have the time to grow your own garden. So while I've seen and know from the other side that there's going to be this return to this, and I've seen it coming for a long time, I don't think we're even close to where this is going in the future. I don't know. I was curious, what do you think? What do you like? What solutions do you think we have for the food stuff that we have going on? What do you think? What do you think we could do? Like, are there any ideas that you've had? I keep thinking on TikTok, we're really good at pointing out problems, uh, but I'd like to find more solutions. And I feel like using that space between the sidewalk and the curb, if it were allowed and not owned by the city, which it is in many areas, that could be a solution, or using our backyards. I also think vertical farming or farming, like using rooftop spaces better would be really, really good. I keep thinking about how would we get this moved into areas where there are food deserts or where those groups, there's many people who have to work two or three jobs. They may not have room in their schedules for this. Is this something that would mitigate some of that stress? Would they potentially not have to do that because they'd be able to have their own food and not have to like worry about going to the store to buy their own food? I don't know. I'm curious about, because I've only come from obviously one walk of life. So I'm curious, what are your ideas on it? What are your thoughts? I keep thinking maybe we can pool some new ideas and see what people can come up with.